Welcome to the Women's Rugby Rundown for May 13th through the 19th. China clinched their third World Rugby HSBC Sevens Challenger 2024 title, and they'll join Argentina, Belgium, and Poland at the HSBC Sevens Play-off at the Grand Final in Madrid on May 31st to June 2nd. Canada made history by beating the Black Ferns for the first time ever in a thrilling Pacific Four Series weekend, retaining the Utrecht Shield, while the USA beat Australia to keep their hopes for WXV1 alive. We also confirmed the 10 teams that have secured their spots in the 2025 Rugby World Cup. Stay tuned as we round up all the global premier and club competitions worldwide. Get ready for a journey through the latest in women's rugby. This is your Women's Rugby Rundown, and we're about to kick off. Let's start with some sevens news. China dominated Poland 36-0 in the final of the HSBC Challenger Series in Krakow. They will now go to the grand finale as the #1 overall seed. Poland will join China at the grand finale on the HSBC Sevens Play-off. Poland also will join China and Belgium. And Argentina comes in as the 4th seed at the grand finale for the HSBC Sevens Play-off. And here are the pools for the grand finale Sevens 2025 Play-off. In Pool A, Japan, Spain, China, Poland. Pool B, Brazil, South Africa, Argentina, Belgium. And I know we'll have the upper bracket of that sevens competition as well, with the likes of Australia, France, New Zealand, USA, etc. But I think this is really going to be exciting to watch as we can see these teams play against each other for the first time in a long time. And then also will determine part of that core status, those teams that top 4 will be in the HSBC Sevens series next year. Now let's switch over to some 15s news. Canada made history by beating the Black Ferns 22-19 for the first time ever in their history in a thrilling Pacific Four Series weekend. With that, they clinch, obviously, they're the winners of the Pacific Four Series, and they also retain the Utrecht Shield. The Maple Leafs' record 2-point win over New Zealand to clinch the Pacific Four Series was obviously done through their work on the field. Their maul was fantastic. Their defense was stifling, and they had some great moments of kicking to put the Black Ferns under a lot of pressure. And they couldn't have done it without Tyson Bookaboom, who just became the most capped female player in Canadian history with 68 caps. And she's still got more to go. We've got the WXV coming, and then, of course, 2025 Rugby World Cup, where she will surely be a member of that squad. Congratulations on this huge achievement. USA was able to conquer Australia in their last Pacific Four match, winning 33-25. This means that the WXV1 is a possibility for the United States as well as for Australia. The fate is in their hands. They would have to beat the Black Ferns this weekend with a bonus point win, which will be a tall order, but we've just seen them pipped by Canada, so it's possible. And with those Pacific Four series and a couple of upsets that happened over the weekend, the rankings have changed a bit. We'll just step out of the way here. Canada moving up to 2nd. They've got the Utrecht Shield still in hand, and this is their highest ranking ever. USA also with their win over Australia moving back up to 7th and then just bumping everybody else down. Speaking of the Utrecht Shield, we realized a couple of weeks ago that we hadn't talked about this on our videos or on our site yet, so we reached out to Dave and put together an article to try to build a bit more awareness about this. But the Utrecht Shield is a lineal world title, sort of like the boxing title, and adds excitement by determining the title holder in each game instead of waiting for every 4 years for a World Cup. So if Canada had lost, New Zealand would have grabbed it, and then New Zealand and England are going to play in September, so it would be up for grabs again. So it just is another way to have a title holder and build some excitement around these games. While World Rugby continues to maintain that some teams haven't qualified for the 2025 Rugby World Cup, we know that they have. There's 10 teams that have qualified, and we think they're doing this just to keep building the excitement and build the conversation. But it's really quite simple when you break it down like this, and you can see that all the teams from WXV 1 and 2 automatically qualify. The Spain and Wales playoff is important. The Colombia and the Brazil playoff that's happening are important. We still need our Asia winner, our Oceania winner, and then the WXV3 winner and the WXV3 runner-up will be the ones that are the 16 teams for the 2025 Rugby World Cup. The Guinness Women's Six Nations made a couple of big announcements this past week, one being they released the fans team of the championship featuring 9 Red Roses, 2 Irish, 2 French, and 2 Italians. Ellie Kildunn, rightly so, was announced as the Guinness Player of the Championship. And if you haven't seen her video explaining how the cowboy and her movement and that choice that she's done for her celebration and why this means so much to her, I urge you to go watch that. And the try of the entire 2024 Guinness Women's Six Nations of the Championship goes to Italy's Alyssa Dinka. If you haven't watched that either on playback, it's fantastic. The USA Club 15's Rugby National Championships concluded this weekend in Round Rock, Texas, and Nova, after upsetting San Diego Surfers, the defending champions, on Friday, had a fantastic final. They faced the Utah Vipers, who beat Pittsburgh Forge in their semifinal. They did beat the Vipers 44-12, happened to be on the call for that one, and it was a great match. Nova just showing that their experience and winning in 2019 and 2022 to make this their third championship. Beautiful work by them, and congratulations. And in women's D2, Tampa Bay came and put a stamp on their Nationals performance. They were able to beat South Buffalo 67-5 in their semifinal, and they faced Phoenixville in the final, and they were able to bust out 59 points over them, where Phoenixville only managed to score 14 points, and they really just showed that they are meant to be there. They've been repeat Florida champions. They upset Knoxville at the Gulf Coast Super Regional to get here, and they just streamed through the competition. And again, congratulations on them for a fantastic season. The Black Pearls, we've been talking about them for weeks. They have dominated the competition, going undefeated in the Uganda Nile Special Rugby Championship. And now they've won the competition for the third year in a row. And you can take a look at those stats, just absolutely beautiful. And of course, we were tracking Emily Lacuru's wonderful run of tries, and she did end the season with a history-making 69 tries. Majadahonda clinched Spain's Iberdrola title for the second year in a row, adding to an impressive collection of titles for them this year. They've won the Iberdrola League, Super Cup, RFER Cup, and the Iberian Cup. They've taken it all. Congratulations. In Italy's Series A, Villabora's landslide win and Valsugna's narrow semifinal victory set them up for a finals clash on May 25th. In France's Elite One, we know the semifinals now. Bordeaux will take on Blagnac, and ASM at Romanov faces Toulouse in the semifinals on May 31st. Round 16 of Allianz PWR saw wins by Bristol Saracens and Gloucester Hartperry as they all prepare for the semifinals on June 9th and final on June 22nd. The Bulls Daisies continue to lead South Africa's Premier Division with 5 perfect bonus point wins. Boland Dames are in second, DHL Western Province in third, and Border Ladies fourth. Round 4 of USA's WPL saw wins by Life West, New York, and Colorado Grey Wolves. We've got a standings table for you. It's mostly accurate. WPL sometimes does bonus points or takes points away for administrative things, so we're going to give you standings, but always with that caveat at the bottom there. That'll do it for us this week. You can always catch us on Patreon, Spotify, YouTube, and of course all of our social medias to never miss an episode of Women's Rugby Rundown.